Toyota revealed the updated 2020 Toyota Tacoma at the Chicago Auto Show in 2019, but it's not the only truck in the midsize segment.
No, it's not. And in this episode of This or That Truck, we're going to show you a few alternatives.
Heck yeah, because the midsize segment is becoming very highly competitive.
What I want to see is, did Toyota do enough with the 2020 Tacoma to stay the segment-leading midsize truck with competition from Ford, Jeep, General Motors, Nissan, and others coming into the game?
I spoke to the chief engineer of the new Tacoma, Mike Swears, and here's what he had to say.
As you can see, we've changed the grille in there. Our milli waves changed a little bit in the front. Most notable is we've gone to LED headlights. Okay. And the whole purpose of LED headlights, we last year changed Tundra to that, but it's really improving the visibility, which is one for safety, and then the other, of course, is for off-road capability. But we really spend a lot of time focusing not just on the cosmetic. You know, we have a sequential turn in the DRL, so the daytime running lamp is LED in there, but it turns colors to yellow and goes into sequential turn.
Okay.
It's kind of cool.
Okay.
But really, the challenge was, how do we get the most light output as possible using LEDs?
You know, I just did something dumb.
What?
I looked directly inside the LED light.
Oh, that's not good.
And that's not good. I'm seeing stars right now. But what hasn't changed, it's what's under the hood. Still an option of two engines, the 2.7 liter four-cylinder or the 3.5 liter V6. What about under the hood? Any changes there?
The powertrains remain the same under the hood. We had some emissions changes to meet new regulations that are going on there, and even with gas tank, we've made some modifications for the new emission standards.
Some people were asking already, you know, why didn't they throw a supercharger in there or did something else, you know, to the powertrain itself? You
know, in the Tacoma segment itself, in this, we have a lot of competition coming in. They're trying to focus on different powertrains. Some companies offer one engine, some companies offer multiple engines. But what we've seen from our customers and talking to our customers, they're not asking for any more power. And if we look at our current V6 engine itself, it puts out the power band that our customer is expecting. They can do everything they want. When you get into full-size trucks, there's a little bit more of the torque war going on. Compacts, we don't see the same desire to change it. We have a really good V6 engine in here. With the V6 engine, you know, we've got our 4DS system in there, direct inject plus multi-port, and we're running on the Atkinson cycle to improve our fuel economy as well.
Yeah, it is a very mild update to the Tacoma. But what you do get on the inside, still the push-button start, but now Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and Alexa are available, and the driver's seat can be optioned to be a power adjustable with more adjustment in height and supposedly more comfort.
The great thing about the power seat is now, for me, the old seating's great. For you, now you can get to the most comfortable position. And with Tacoma, our posture, our seating position is a little bit different than other vehicles because it's really based on the off-road racing, and we've set people a little bit lower, and that's really kind of Tacoma's trademark. Sure. But now, how to get more adjustability and more comfort for the customer.
So has the range of the seat increased, or is it just more adjustments?
The range has increased, and there is more adjustment. Okay. You have more rear road travel, you have more up and down travel, okay. But it's just finding that perfect spot for each individual.
Yes, there is also the TRD Pro version of the 2020 Tacoma, but the tires remain the same on that truck as well. Goodyear Wrangler with Kevlar is still the tire choice, and the Tacoma TRD Pro still comes with the Fox shocks, but they've been retuned just slightly.
Interesting, Andre, but you know what's more interesting?
What?
What I have to show you that way.
All right.
That truck is a Ford Ranger. It's back and it's brand new. And you get a standard 4-cylinder turbo and a 10-speed automatic transmission right out of the box. Under the hood is a 270 horsepower 4-cylinder engine that's a 2.3 liter. It's turbocharged. It's an EcoBoost, and it puts out 310 pound-feet of torque. It's hooked up to a 10-speed automatic transmission, which obviously feeds the rear wheels. 4-wheel drive is available, and this vehicle is capable of towing up to 7,500 pounds.
Yeah, but the Tacoma has a V6 3.5 liter that has more horsepower, 278. Although, yeah, the Tacoma has much less torque and it tows a little bit less. But pricing is highly competitive. The Ford starts at $24,300 and the Tacoma is a little bit higher. But, you know, when you configure them with the crew cabs 4x4, the pricing is right there.
Compared to the Toyota, the Ford is an eye-opener because it's a roomier interior. It is a little bit more sophisticated and, frankly speaking, some of the best seats in the business. There are a few issues, including very hard plastics that feel kind of cheap, but in terms of a long-term vehicle, well, Andre and I have experience driving one of these, and I gotta tell you, it's a nice place to sit. There are a variety of different Rangers out there, including ones that have two-wheel drive, but they still give you things like a locking rear diff. But you can get Ford's version of crawl control and four-wheel drive. There's a variety of different things you can do, including having a dial that would be right here in order to select different types of terrain. There are a variety of tires available with the Ford Ranger, depending on the truck you buy, obviously. These are Bridgestone Duelers, and as you can see, they don't exactly have an aggressive off-road tread, but bear in mind, this is a two-wheel drive truck.
The Toyota Tacoma is the segment leader in sales, bar none.
Yeah, that's true.
And the Ford Ranger is a newcomer right now. They just went on sale.
Yeah.
And I asked Chief Engineer Mike Swears at Toyota what he thought about increased competition. The midsize segment is getting more crowded. I mean, there is more competitors. How are you looking at this? Are you concerned? Are you...
Honestly, I think it's great. The more competition's bringing more interest. And when the competition, the last company that brought in vehicles, our sales went up. And Ford has introduced the new Ranger, our sales went up. So I think for the segment together, it's just very exciting because as there's more choices, it's challenging us, it's challenging the competitors, and what you see is consumers have a lot more choices. And with those choices, it's pushing the industry. There's a lot of competition in the midsize area now, bringing more interest. It's great for me being the chief engineer because now I get to go to the board director and say, you got to give me more money to do more things.
Okay.
But overall, the truck industry, full-size, compact, and even body-on-frame SUVs, it's just a really exciting time to work in this industry because it goes back to me, it reminds me of the 70s muscle cars. You know, everybody's trying to come out with something that's better. And overall, the customer benefits from it.
This is good, but how about that?
What's that?
I'll show you, come on. And it comes down to that, and that is the 2020 Jeep Gladiator, probably the most capable off-road truck in its class. A lot like the Wrangler, because under the hood is a 3.6 liter Pentastar V6 that puts out 285 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. Now it's hooked up to, in this model, an 8-speed automatic transmission, but you can get it with a manual transmission. Completely different than the Ford or the Toyota. This is basically a Jeep Wrangler interior, which means it's been, well, brand new, completely updated from the old one, which is a good thing for consumers because everything in here is better. Seats are more comfortable, positioning's better, hell, even the steering wheel is more adjustable. And the bottom line is, well, it's kind of cool because, well, frankly, Jeep. There will be a variety of different tires available for the Gladiator. Now these are Falcon Wild Peaks, and as you can see, they are aggressively treaded, and well, frankly, they look kind of badass. So, Andre, what are they pricing these at?
Well, we don't have the pricing for the 2020 Gladiator or the 2020 Toyota Tacoma.
Yes, but with the Gladiator, we will be driving them very, very soon.
Here are some educated guesses as to the 2020 Tacoma and the 2020 Jeep Gladiator pricing. Currently, the V6 4x4 crew cab Toyota Tacoma starts at just over $33,000, and I think the Tacoma will remain competitive on price there. The Ford Ranger 4x4 crew cab starts at about $32,000, so the Jeep has to be within that range.
So what have we learned in this episode of this or that truck?
Well, if you want the most reliable truck out there, one of the best-selling ones, I guess you'd get the Toyota.
Yeah?
If you want the one that has the best towing and capability altogether, I guess you'd get the Ford.
Yeah?
And if you want the best off-roader, you would get the Jeep.
But wait a minute, we haven't driven the Gladiator yet. We have to compare them in the real world.
Yeah, but on paper, it definitely is going to be the best off-roader.
All right, all right. And guys, go back to tfltruck.com for more news, views, and real world
Reviews.
Thanks.